Hello, class. In this first section, we're looking at the general or macro environment. And the general or macro environment of the organization consists of all external conditions that the context is going to be set for good, sound managerial decision making. If you look at figure 4.1 in your book on page 87, it's going to illustrate the elements of the general environment. So let's take a look at the first one. I'm going to show you some YouTube videos that may be supportive of what we're talking about here in this first takeaway question. Economic conditions are the economic conditions of the general environment that detail the health of the economy in terms of inflation, people's income levels, gross domestic product, unemployment, and their job outlook. Lower labor costs in foreign locations are going to result in the offshoring or outsourcing of work and jobs to many of these types of locations. With rising labor costs in some foreign lands, onshoring or reshoring is occurring as companies establish new type of domestic operations. With activist citizen and government leaders claiming that the local economy benefits more in job gains and amount of money that is circulating when the people shop at local businesses, like, say, big business chains, chain stores that don't use branding type products, okay? Which is where these chains are advertised, okay, with local non-branding names. Like, for example, you go into Shaw's or Stop and Shop, or you see, like a private label name as opposed to the brand name. That's what we're talking about here. If you look at the facts for analysis in your book on page 88, it explains how the current economic environment has affected workers' careers and options in the current job markets. So we're looking at some things here. We're looking at legal political conditions. That is, by staying abreast of the legal political conditions of the general environment, managers now become aware of the prevailing philosophies that are out there and objectives of the political parties. That those that are running for government, like right now, Trump and Clinton, right? As well as laws and governing regulations. The second is subcultural conditions. These are changes in the norms, customs, and social values on such matters as things like human rights and related ethics, gender roles, lifestyles, along with environmental trends in education and related type of social institutions, as well as following some of the demographic patterns. And all these are going to affect, excuse me, how organizations are managed. If you look at page 90, there's a section on research brief. And that is some of the text details that are in the research findings among the generational cohorts, like baby boomers who are retiring, Gen Xers, millenniums, and how each value leisure in light of work-life balance. The next thing is technological conditions. With the development and availability of new technologies integrating into the general environment, managers need to constantly monitor how these advances are going to affect the work being done by various employees, including the loss of productive work time and how through social networking. Then the natural environmental conditions. With organizations now, when we just talked about this, going green, how a firm becomes a sustainable business that is going to meet the needs of its customers while advancing the well-being of the neutral environment, okay, that's certainly a management concern right now. The public is going to judge a business on how it operates to protect and preserve the natural environment. So that's kind of my overview video of the first takeaway question, and I'll put some links right below each delineation that you're looking at now, okay? And then we'll go to takeaway question number 2. This is stuff that you can study in lieu of Monday's class. Because remember, we don't just go from class to class, we go from week to week. So, thank you.